Well, good morning, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Rise and grind, people. Rise and grinds. Real close to being on time today on a Saturday, which is good. Why? So I can get the heck off the clock on time. Hopefully 4:30 it is. We shall see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, what's going on, everybody? I was wiped out last night. I got done work, went to the gym, came home, got something to eat, and I was crashing, man. Crashing. Hitting it hard. Pause. But good news is we're getting really, really low on the Happy Easter Cups. The Easter Cups are getting low. I may not say nothing to the wife and just see what color she buys next. Who knows? It's getting to be pool season, isn't it? Oh, well, at least be out here on the East Coast. Gotta go red, right? But I'm gonna lay low and see what we get. As sure as heck it better not be pastel Easter. But anyway, not much going on today, people. You're hearing a lot of different things. Aaron Rodgers, I just read where he's no restrictions. I mean, after the Achilles, that'll be interesting. As well as Kirk Cousins. Both of these guys suffered Achilles injuries. You saw what happened to Dan Marino. I'm looking for Dan Marino in a clean pair of shorts. Oh no, that was Ray Finkel. So, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Marino. Anyway, Dan Marino was never the same. It's one thing to suffer it. Now, I know they've come a long way. Don't get me wrong. I know. They've come a long way, I would imagine, in doing the Achilles surgery, but that's the one thing that's scary is tearing your Achilles. I always think about that, especially at my age, trying to go out and do something without really planning it out. I could see tearing an Achilles. There's somebody I work with, she just tore her Achilles about a month and a half ago, just playing pickleball. So, the older you get, well, you saw what happened to Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles. He's an athlete at the top form. He was standing on the sideline, and then he went and did an explosive move. Not much, but just a move to go trot down onto the field, and it blew out. There's no rhyme or reason when they're going to go. And Dre Greenlaw, just like a rotator cuff. If anybody has torn their rotator cuff, once you tear one side, why? I don't know, but you're susceptible to tear the other one. Same with the Achilles. So, again, I feel bad for any of these older guys, late 30s, mid-30s, tearing their Achilles in football, because it'll be interesting to see how Aaron Rodgers comes out of it. Kirk Cousins. Everybody thought that drafting Michael Penix Jr. was stupid. I don't necessarily think so. When you really look at that injury, how old is Kirk Cousins? 35? Put it in the comments, because I didn't do any homework for this video. At least, when you sit down and do my live streams, I usually try and get my act together. But when I'm on the run like this, put it in the comments. How old is Kirk Cousins? I think it was a good move. I really do. Michael Penix wasn't going to last around till the second round. He probably should have. I mean, just looking on the surface, but in this day and age, hell no. He's got one of the better arms in this year's draft. Probably top 3 arm in the draft, just looking at arm. So, not a bad move for Atlanta to get Michael Penix. But we are less than 90 days away from training camp. We got our schedule release coming out. Schedule release comes out, I believe, Thursday. They didn't say it, but I'm just going by past history. It's normally, the second Thursday. we shall see, but it's getting exciting. OTAs, different clubs have their OTAs going on. Getting these young guys up to speed. I'm really interested in seeing Trey Lance. I'm seeing a lot more footage of Trey throwing the ball, whether it's to play for the Cowboys or move him at the deadline. Anything. Maybe he signs a big deal next year and we get a comp pick. I don't know, but I think we need to see a lot of Trey Lance this offseason and in the preseason. Dak needs to do Dak things. Dak needs to, everybody forgets Dak's foot injury. Dak's foot injury is an everyday deal. Every day of his life he has to handle it a certain way. He'll be doing rehab on his leg until the day he dies, I'm sure. Just because the severity of that leg. The fact that he's come back, I wish more people would put some damn respect on his name, because to suffer that injury and to come back and to play at the level he's played at, even you haters, you need to sit back and watch. Go back and watch that video, okay? And for him to come back, bounce back, yeah, I get it. He's only won 2 playoff games, but maybe put a little bit of effing respect on this man for what he's doing on a daily basis. Whoever he plays for, I hope he wins. But I digress. CeeDee Lamb, they're talking CeeDee Lamb probably going to hold out. I don't think there's going to be a holdout, okay? Dallas is already starting to bring people back in the fold, meaning fans. There's no way CeeDee Lamb is not going to be on the field day one. I think if he misses any time, he'll miss a week or 2 of training camp. That's it. That's not the end of the world, people. No, it's not. Him and Dak are working and will be working on the field behind Dak's house. Guaranteed. You're allowed to do anything you want on your own time. So for all the people that go, oh my God, you got worries with CeeDee. Now, CeeDee will be there. He will be there. He'll have a new contract before the first game of the season. Book it. All right? So, let's not assume that CeeDee Lamb ain't going to be there. Because my opinion, he going to be there. You got too many other questions. Young talent equals question marks. Okay? So, I don't know. We're one of the younger teams in the league. We're going to be depending on our young talent. Just like the Eagles are going to be depending on their young talent. So you can't say, well, the Eagles are good because we got young talent, but Dallas is not good because they're depending on their young talent. It's the same friggin' thing. The question Eagle fans should be concerned about is, does James Bradbury get cut? Because Kenyon Mitchell, the more I'm hearing about Kenyon Mitchell, he looked average at best at the Senior Bowl. He's from a small school. I like the prospect, but he is far from ready to go in the NFL. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And other pro scouts are saying that Cooper DeJean is a safety. Should not play a corner. I'm not here to say I know what that answer is, but he's a safety. So, rumor is, can't believe it, C.J. Gardner-Johnson may be a post-1 June cut, may not make the team. I think that would be stupid, but he likes to run his mouth a lot. Kind of surprised. I did know that he was coming back. Somebody tipped me off to that early in the process. So I think he'll be here, but for big sills, to say that C.J. Gardner-Johnson may not make the team, or, I don't know where that comes from. Is he just blowing hot air? Possibly. Let me know in the comments. Is big sills just stirring the pot, stirring the gravy, like my man Twiz likes to say, or is there something to it? So, again, I think it's a good thing that the Eagles went out and got some young talent. Because guess what? Young talent is what wins in this league. Without young talent, you can't necessarily win it all. Okay? You just can't. You need, every year there's 40% turnover with everybody's roster. Think about that, people. Every year there's a 40% turnover in players. That's almost half your team. The good teams are able to keep their core stars. Okay? This is where we get back to the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. Alright? You got CeeDee Lamb. Michael Parsons. I would say they're the young stars. All the draft picks. Trayvon Diggs. Deron Bland. We'll see about Bland going forward. You know. And the boatload of picks that the young guys that they're going to be counting on. The juggernaut. He's just starting his career. Cooper Beebe. Can't wait to see him play. Tyler Guyton. Say whatever you want. My man can pass protect in his sleep. With that footwork, it's going to be how good is he ready to go against the top rushers. Enter Zeke Elliott for pass protection. But we got plenty of time to talk about the season. But to circle back around to the Achilles injury, very, very interesting to see what's going to happen with Kirk Cousins and company. Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Michael Penix. You better get that arm, you better get the wing going, because they may need you. They may need you. But I'm here, people. Short day, driving in. I'm here. Everybody, 2:30 Eastern time, live from the mail truck. Game time, Brian is out. Late.